perspective on her last day on the job.
And then on the other side is Nikki Hemming, the brazen leader at Kazaa. We've got both stories, starting with Jim Goldman and an exclusive interview from Australia.
A quick rundown on Streamcast.
To understand Kazaa's hard-charging chief executive, Nikki Hemming, you've got to know the person outside her tiny Sydney, Australia headquarters. As the world's largest peer-to-peer network, Kazaa serves 60 million customers, letting them swap millions of copyrighted music files stored on their computers daily. It's why the music industry thinks the personalized plates on Hemming's Porsche Boxster, which read Share, should actually read Steal instead. Hemming simply doesn't see it that way.
So in the end, consumers and artists are brought together by this amazing technology, and they have a level of interactivity they've never had before.
Hemming spoke with us at her secret getaway.
This is my place where I get away from things with square edges. Sometimes I have moments of brilliance down here, but most of the time I have moments of peace. And I wanted to share it with you because it's a part of me that is precious and I don't share with many.
The pressures of running a startup are tough enough. Hemming's critics claim her company could destroy the entire entertainment industry. She says Kazaa will only enhance it.
How frustrating is it that this industry doesn't seem to get it?
I've heard that Jack Valenti described the video recorder as to the movie industry what the Boston Strangler was to women. And within 4 years, the movie industry were making more money from video releases than they were theatrical first release. So we're just in a process right now. And we have a chance to be quite powerful in that. And we want to do it the right way.
It's how the 36-year-old CEO has managed her entire career. First as Richard Branson's go-to executive for Virgin Interactive, then as general manager of Sydney's failed theme park, Sega World, and now Kazaa.
Really, I entered the market with a vision, and the vision was to create the most powerful, democratic distribution mechanism available for anyone with digital content. Vision isn't about waiting until all the lights go green before you take off.
The entertainment industry is closing in at a time when technology seems most capable of expanding its horizons.
They're making a lot of money advertising, and they're spending a lot of energy proving that they're good guys, and I think they're full of crap.
This is the Hillary Rosen you may know, the record industry heavy, out to get music pirates.
I think it's stealing, yeah.
After watching the former RIAA chief in action against services like Naptser, what you may not know is, for her, it's less about opposing file swappers and more about supporting music.
The thing that still excites me the most about music is, you know, like going to a small club and listening to a new young jazz artist, or, you know, going to a stadium and feeling the Rolling Stones.
She is a music lover at heart.
Totally into my iPod this month. I'm just addicted. You know, I still have a collector's mentality about CDs.
She knows the business model based mainly on building platinum records through CD sales needs to change.
Everybody was in this box of selling an album in a store, and all of a sudden you're saying, well, you could really do anything.
As much as she's attacked song swapping, she's also pushed the major labels to embrace digital technology.
I think the record company's job is clearly to give the people what they want in as many different ways as they can.
And she gives the big guy at Apple a whole lot of credit for getting the business on track.
If there's one thing Steve Jobs did for the record companies over the last few months, other than creating a great system in iTunes, it was being very public about how difficult the process this is to create an online music store.
Hillary sees iTunes as a watershed for digital distribution.
The consumption of music is very strong. The desire for music is very strong. And I think, you know, faster, better, cheaper with online services are going to, and online stores are going to take this revolution a different place.
So it comes down to a classic case of she said, with the future of the entertainment industry literally hanging in the balance.
I think they don't give a crap.
Hillary has a job to do, and so do I.
I think their attempt at trying to sort of legitimize themselves will never work.
I have a favorite quote of mine, which is, I borrow from Einstein, and it goes something like, Great vision has often met with opposition from mediocre minds.
Rosen insists this is all about a mediocre service.
If you're using Kazaa today, you're getting, in my view, a crappy quality song, not what the artist did in the studio, not what they wanted you to hear, not their finest work.
But Hemming says Kazaa can deliver songs and other content, as well as anybody else out there.
Rights-managed content through Kazaa is as good as any rights-managed content anywhere in the world. We use the same technology to wrap and deliver premium files as iTunes do, for example.
The big problem? Ensuring copyright holders get paid for their work. Hemming says the industry snubbed the solution her company came up with last year, a music service on Kazaa that could bring in big bucks.
If the music industry had taken up the opportunity that was presented to them and was a completed piece of technology 14 months ago, and let's take, for example, that it was a 99-cent download, okay? That only 1% of Kazaa's consumers had downloaded only one file in a week, there would be a rough income to the music industry of between 35 and 40 million US dollars already. And that's been left on the table. And that's available right now.
Rosen argues that's just not the case.
I hear Charmin executives talk about, well, you know, if the record industry would only use this as a legitimate system. Well, first of all, they've never asked. Second of all, they've taken, you know, virtually no steps to do what you would need to do to create a sort of a realistic distribution system.
Though the two sides are locked in a legal and public relations battle, they actually do agree on one thing.
P2P is unstoppable.
I don't think you do stop technology. I don't think we'd want to stop technology.
But this guy does want to stop swappers, and he's ready to give them some schooling.
If you take something that doesn't belong without permission, without payment, you're stealing.
Plus, CDs on life support.